Welcome, 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 welcome back, everybody. We're not going to waste too much time today. That window. We're going to get into it. Cops make horrific discovery in woman's soup pot. Here we go.
I may be just totally off my rocker, but I was just out walking my
Make
dog.
yourself at home.
And I
Kick
came
your feet up,
across
y'all.
some bones
Enjoy.
that looked to me to be human.
He had been dismembered.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I like I said, there was apparent saw marks. Okay,
What marks?
saw.
Oh,
marks.
saw.
When a human spine is discovered by a woman walking her dog in Mercer
Human
County
spine
in
is
January
crazy.
2016, it launches an investigation that will take years to unravel. Even with a bone-chilling confession, investigators are left questioning the truth behind their victim's unimaginably gruesome demise, and they will soon find themselves with another body on their hands before the case is over. The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen until now. Following the 911 call from the concerned dog walker, police discovered a skeletal human spine hidden among the frozen brush in a fairly remote area in Mercer County. Though they conducted a thorough search of the area, no other remains were found. This left investigators with two main questions: who was their victim, and where were the missing body parts? Despite a DNA profile being uploaded to NamUs, a police database for missing persons cases, the identity of the victim remained unknown. That all changed in 2020 when a Bureau of Criminal Investigation agent working on cold cases connected the profile of a missing persons case in Columbus, Ohio, with the timeline of when the skeletal spine was discovered. 21-year-old Ryan Zimmerman was reported missing at the end of November 2015, just 2 months before the 911 call. Ryan had last been heard from a month prior in September. After contacting Ryan's parents and conducting a DNA test, investigators were able to confirm that the partial skeleton belonged to Ryan. They spoke to Ryan's father, Warren, over the phone.
Your son did. It was obvious that there was foul play involved. Okay.
Good morning, Shirley. Thank you for the heart me.
There was some remains that we
Appreciate
were
you.
not able to locate. Okay. So it was also discovered that he had been dismembered.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I like I said, I'm sorry to tell you that over the phone. We did not find portions of him being the lower portions of the legs, the lower portions of the arms, or the skull.
Oh my gosh. So, okay.
The location of Ryan's skull was like something out of a horror movie, but that wouldn't be revealed until much later. Even worse than discovering that Ryan had died were the details investigators shared with Warren about Ryan's remains.
There was apparent saw marks. Okay.
What marks?
Saw.
Oh,
marks.
saw. Right.
Yeah. When he was found, it was basically skeletal remains.
Man, what does it sound like? Gangland or some kind of sick trafficking or what the hell? I mean, who would do something like that?
Those are all questions that we are hoping to work to try to get some answers for Ryan and for your family, okay?
Police were able to track down the 3 people living with Ryan in Columbus before Ryan's disappearance: Corey Buzzard, Sarah Buzzard, and Naira Jen Whitaker. On August 25, 2021, officers had to find Sarah and Jen, who are now married. After moving out of the apartment they shared with Corey and Ryan, they now live at Sarah's mother's house. What will unfold shortly is a twisted and unpredictable case, one that is far more disturbing than anyone anticipated.
We've had several calls on this subject, usually welfare check.
It takes a few minutes, but eventually Sarah answers the door.
Hello, police department. Looking for Sarah.
That's me.
Come step out for me. All right, sorry I had to wake you.
Oh, sorry. Can I do for you?
Well, I think you got a warrant.
Warrant?
Uh-huh.
What?
It's out of Ohio, I think. It's a theft warrant, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so we have to take care of it. 002, I've got her out front.
Let's
All
go,
right, so go ahead
Sarah.
and turn around, put your hand behind your back for me.
Put your hands behind your back.
Though he doesn't know it just yet, the officer asks Sarah a question that will foreshadow a devastating
Morning,
series
Ashley.
of
Welcome
events.
I don't want to sound nervous, but do you have any weapons or anything in the house upstairs that I need to worry about? Just don't. I mean, I don't want to coming out with a gun or anything like that. A theft charge.
Sarah informs the officers that her mother and Jen are inside the home, and they soon join her on the porch.
Just a little bit.
Okay. So what's going on?
Well, we got to take her downtown. I got to look at exactly what the warrant is for, and then we'll go from there. So I can. It's through Ohio, so they sent us over here. So others sent the warrant over here. We get them from out of state all the time.
You know what I mean? That was my daughter's trip. We never that kind of person. But if something missing over there, I mean just
Take some deep breaths, Sarah.
yeah, when she move it.
While the officer dances around their questions regarding Sarah's arrest, Sarah's disposition begins to take a turn.
You been sick?
We just woke up, sorry.
Okay. Have you been sick or?
No, just shocked.
Oh, okay.
Despite looking like she might pass out, it's decided that Sarah can travel to the police station.
Okay, I'm gonna hold your arm so you don't fall over. Okay.
Once at the police station and in an interrogation room, Sarah is told that detectives from Ohio want to speak with her.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
I'm Megan Baker. I'm with the Sheriff's Office in Ohio.
I'm Rick Ward.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Well, I'm assuming you have lots of questions.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
And we're going to take some time to sit down with you here, and maybe we can get some answers for those questions for you, if that's okay.
Sarah has read her Miranda rights and agrees to speak with the detectives. They immediately dive into questioning, beginning with her time in Columbus almost 6 years ago. Sarah explains that she lived with her then-husband, Corey Buzzard. While married to Corey, Sarah had also started dating Jen, who was transgender. Eventually, as her relationship with Sarah progressed, Jen moved in with Corey and Sarah. A few months later, they got another roommate, someone named Emma.
And that's a little bit about why we're here, is to talk about Emma, also known as Ryan Zimmerman. He went missing. Are you familiar with any of that?
No.
Okay. So I guess, tell me what you know about Ryan. Or Emma, if you know him as Emma. Okay.
According to Sarah and Jen, Ryan was newly transitioning, which is why they knew Ryan by the name Emma. However, this claim hasn't been substantiated or verified by any members of Ryan's family.
It's a little bit of a touchy subject. My husband at the time had sexual interests. They had talked online extensively, and he had invited them to come stay with us, which I did not want to happen, but long story short, it did.
After Sarah and her partner Jen move into the house with her and Corey, Corey decided to meet someone and reached out to Ryan online. After speaking for a short period, Ryan moved into the Columbus apartment as well. At the same time that Sarah is in interrogation at Sarah's mother's house, Jen is also being approached by detectives. However, Jen is a little more hesitant to speak with them. What seems like it may be a simple conversation about Sarah's apparent arrest for theft will soon have a nightmarish outcome.
Please step outside.
Okay, we have a search warrant for the residence too. Okay, so we're not stepping outside. We're working a missing persons case from Ohio. The Ohio Attorney General's office has a task force with missing persons.
Okay.
And Ryan Zimmerman lived with you guys in Columbus in 2015, with you and Sarah and Corey, September 2015, right? And he's missing. And you guys were like the last people to see him.
After clarifying that Ryan also went by the
Tay-Tay,
name
good
Emma
morning.
or M, Jen remembers briefly living with Ryan. The investigators will often switch between referring to Ryan as Ryan
Welcome in.
and as M or Emma. After only living with Corey, Sarah, and Jen for 2 months, Ryan was asked to leave. Sarah claims that Ryan and Corey's relationship ended, and Ryan never found a job, which was part of her agreement to allow Ryan to stay in the apartment. Because of this, Corey told Ryan to leave, and Ryan planned to leave on September 25th. This timeline correlates with the last time anyone heard from Ryan.
I know that they had tried to plead with me to give them another chance, but I said that I'd already given too many chances and that it was Corey's call ultimately. And I remember them packing, and either I went to the store, I was in a different room, I don't remember, I can't quite remember.
Who was all home at that time?
I was, Corey was not, and then my girlfriend was over, so we might have been in the living room. I honestly, I don't remember.
Okay.
I just know that 1 minute Emma was there, and then the next he had just left.
Okay. Did you see him leave, like pull away in a vehicle or something?
Somebody pulled up and he got in the car and drove off. I thought that he might come back because he did leave his car, but he didn't come back, and then we didn't hear from him again.
There will eventually be troubling discrepancies in Sarah and Jen's stories. The detectives at Sarah's mother's house asked Jen a follow-up question about Ryan's vehicle.
What kind of car did he have? Did you ever ride in the car? You were never in his car? Okay.
Had you ever driven it?
Yes.
Okay. To
Donda, good morning.
the store or something?
Welcome
Or
back.
when did you drive it?
To a gas station. I couldn't get it to start again, so I had to call a tow company to bring it back, but I was embarrassed about it because I didn't really have permission to drive it.
So did you drive it while he was still living there?
No, this was after he'd left.
Oh, okay. Were you by yourself during this?
My girlfriend was with me.
Unknowingly, Sarah has just unraveled one of the mysteries behind Ryan's disappearance. Warren, Ryan's father, had been alerted that something was wrong when Ryan's vehicle was found abandoned. Though the license plate was missing, police found some of Ryan's belongings inside the vehicle, along with the keys and a full tank of gas. Warren had taken it upon himself to knock on neighbors' doors to see if they remembered anything useful about the car or Ryan's disappearance. To his surprise, someone did. One of the neighbors said they saw the car get dropped off by a tow truck near the apartments where Ryan was staying with Corey, Sarah, and Jen.
And about a half hour later, the Columbus Police Department came and wrote the ticket up and had the vehicle towed. I'm thinking, why would somebody, it was like they wanted it to get picked up.
Sarah claimed that she thought the vehicle had vanished because Ryan had returned and took it. What she doesn't add, not yet at least, is that there's an unsettling reason she'd been using Ryan's vehicle that day. Before moving on, the detectives returned to the question of Ryan's behavior before leaving the apartment. Jen reluctantly gives the detectives some background information about the living situation before Ryan left, claiming Ryan was usually in the spare bedroom and was reclusive. Jen believed that Corey regretted asking Ryan to move in with them.
It was kind of weird.
I guess how weird? Like, was she just kind of clingy?
That's the thing too. No, Em was so. Okay, I have pretty bad social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But Em seemed to have way worse social anxiety.
Okay. And how was M's behavior then?
Excessively shy.
Okay.
Jen also explains the reason for some of the tension with Ryan.
Sorry, it's just the anxiety.
Sure.
I don't like to admit that I am trans, but it was just weird. Corey brought another trans person into the house because that's what they wanted. They had, I shouldn't use gender neutral for Corey because that's confusing. Corey had papers written up about, I forget what he calls it, like the trifecta or perfect relationship, but it involved one man, one woman, and a trans woman.
Okay.
And I didn't want any part of that.
Sure.
I'm assuming that's why they brought Em in.
I think Ryan was just kind of the last straw for me.
Tell me more about that. Why was he the last straw?
That was probably one of the biggest arguments that we had, to make him that third person. but I obviously didn't agree with that, and the entire time it made me feel like I wasn't good enough.
After Ryan apparently moved out of the apartment, Sarah and Corey divorced, and she married Jen soon after. The detectives take a break, and when they return, they will confront Sarah with the awful truth of why they are really there.
Hey, there's some more water. Sarah, I don't know if you know this or not, probably not, but you're talking to Jennifer right now, talking to your mom, and also talking to Corey. And there's major inconsistencies about this with your involvement with Ryan. And you know Ryan is now deceased.
He is?
He's been murdered. So we have Corey is talking to the Columbus police detectives right now. We just get off the phone with them.
The detective isn't being entirely honest here. While officers have managed to track down Corey's new residence, Corey is proving less than enthusiastic about the prospect of speaking with officers.
You're not in any trouble. I don't have an arrest warrant, nothing like that, Corey. Okay, we just want to talk with you because your name was brought up as a witness in a case I'm a homicide.
Homicide?
A homicide.
I don't recall witnessing any homicides.
Okay, we're just wanting to talk. That's it. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's it. I haven't lied to you at all, Corey. Okay? It's about Ryan.
I don't know who Ryan is.
Ryan lived with you for a while. Emma? He also went by Emma.
Okay.
He was a roommate for a while.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we're here to talk to you about.
Not without counsel.
Okay, do you have an attorney on hand?
Yes.
Okay, do you think they would meet us down there?
Can we make an appointment?
I'd rather get this done today.
I don't really think I have to work on your time.
While the officers speaking with Corey have once again hit a dead end, those with Sarah begin to lay out some of the evidence.
I mean, this is
Baylin, good morning.
A bad situation. We really need to know what happened. With the car, we have DNA evidence. We're able to track down your car, the one that you used to own, the time of this incident. We were able to track down the car number, and we're able to examine it. So we have something happened in that apartment the weekend that you dropped Corey off with that girl in Columbus.
The evidence the detective is referring to are reddish stains discovered on the carpet liner of Sarah's vehicle. Though she'd sold it, they found the new owners in July 2021 and conducted tests inside the trunk. The stains produced presumptive positive results for suspected blood. Earlier, Sarah had claimed that Corey hadn't been home the weekend Ryan moved out because Corey was with another woman.
And thank you for the rose.
In fact, Sarah had been the one to drive Corey and the woman to a hotel. Investigators spoke with the woman and confirmed that Corey was nowhere near the apartment where Ryan was last seen. While Corey may still prove to be an important witness to the events leading to Ryan's death, Sarah and Jen appear to be the last known people to see Ryan.
So please just tell me the truth, what happened. Corey's given a whole nother version of what you just said. Please tell me the truth.
I'm not comfortable talking about this.
We have a young...
Was it an accident?
Yeah.
I don't know what was an accident.
With Ryan.
I didn't even know that he was dead.
Sarah, come on. Sarah, please.
Someone that I can talk to?
Well, you can talk to us.
Thirdly, thank you for the level up spark.
I just want the truth.
The other officers also confront Jen with the news of Ryan's death.
We're trying to find Emma, and we were somewhat successful.
Like a stripped down version of the TikTok live.
Wait, what? Somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
What leads?
I can see comments and gifts, and that's pretty much it.
Because whatever happened to Emma happened in the apartment where you guys stayed at, and we recovered evidence from the apartment. We recovered evidence from Sarah's car.
Right.
Blood.
Wait, whoa, what?
Mm-hmm. Blood from the trunk of the car. Blood from the apartment by the bathtub.
Wait, what?
And part of Emma's body was discovered. It was dismembered.
Even though they'd all moved out by early 2016, investigators were able to access the apartment where Sarah, Jen, Corey, and Ryan had once lived. In July 2021, a month before they spoke with Jen and Sarah, authorities visited the apartment and asked the current residents to leave while they conducted tests throughout the building. Under close examination, several areas in the bathroom reacted to a chemical reagent indicating latent blood residue, including the bathroom floor and the cabinet.
No way. No way she had anything to do with any of that.
She did.
No, there's no way.
Tell me why.
It's
The Google searches, the deep dives that we did, the stuff that she was into at least, right? Painting with blood, like into drinking the blood, and then the searches that she did on her Android phone.
I don't know. I don't know about any of the blood stuff.
While this comment about painting with blood will be explained eventually, investigators won't have the chance to ask Sarah about it just yet, because she immediately throws a wrench into their plans.
Sarah Lloyd, I can talk to. That wasn't my rights, right?
Well, that's your decision. We don't advise on that. But all we're asking is for the truth.
I don't know what to say.
The truth, maybe?
I've said what I remember.
And you're telling me that's the truth.
That's what I remember.
This is going to be your only time to talk to me and Megan. After this, we're not allowed to help. So.
What happens to me after this?
You're going to be booked into the local county jail here. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't have physical evidence. That's why I was giving you an opportunity.
You're going to jail.
Okay. All right, Sarah. Thank you.
Once again, the detectives leave Sarah alone. In contrast, those speaking with Jen lay on the pressure.
This is a fever dream.
I'm sorry?
This is a fever dream.
I know this feels like a nightmare now, so we need you to fill in the other parts of this thing because this isn't a nightmare.
Emma's dead.
Emma's dead?
Emma's dead.
Corey's dead?
No.
No, Emma's dead.
Okay.
Did Corey have you guys get rid of his issue? He ain't like Emma coming up. Emma's not what he expected. The selfies didn't show what Corey had wanted. Comes up, Emma's completely shy, reclusive, nothing what Corey expected. Corey went away for the weekend for you and Sarah to get rid of his problem. Corey and Sarah were fighting a lot over it. Let's just get rid of the problem.
There's no way.
So what happened?
There's no way.
It isn't long before the detectives decide to once again try speaking with Sarah, and this time they will hear a stomach-churning confession.
I'll try to come
So, Megan here has something she wants to show you.
I just have something I need to take a look at, okay?
I don't mean that.
And read over.
If I ever miss you on
and we'll
YouTube,
get
I'm
your
sorry,
thoughts on
y'all.
it. This is from your Google account. Okay, these are your
Leaves a little
searches
left to be desired.
on your Google account that you said you only had access to. So flip through these pages.
Yeah, look through them for
and
us.
take a gander at that.
After seeing the evidence within her own search history, showing that she looked up how to start Ryan's car after it broke down, Sarah begins to unravel.
What's happened to my family?
Well, we'll talk to your family, okay? And you'll get to talk to your family,
Anjanetta,
okay?
thank you for the rose. Good morning and welcome in.
We can work through this. One thing at a time. This is the first step. Okay, look at me.
I'm scared.
Okay, I understand you're scared. Okay?
All I've ever done was a speeding ticket.
You're an honest person, okay? I don't think you're a bad person at all.
Sarah, let us help you.
Go ahead and start from the beginning, okay?
It was an accident.
How many out?
Okay. It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. So what happened?
I was angry.
Okay, I get angry too.
And I knocked him down when he came out of the bathroom. And I choked him. And then I didn't know what to do. I've never done anything like that. And I got scared. I didn't know what to do.
You were scared.
I realized I ruined my life.
While the detectives speaking with Sarah have finally made some headway, those with Jen are hitting roadblock after roadblock.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's been eating you up. Is it eating Sarah up? I mean, people can have differences with people, right? But to this extent, you know, it would eat somebody up,
What am I
literally.
doing?
I mean, you would be not sleeping well, not functioning
Sorry
well.
about that,
you
sorry.
know, it's
I'm
a
not supposed
lot,
to be on that.
right?
No,
Trying to fix the chat.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
But no, I wasn't aware of that. I've been living fine.
Okay, so maybe
Things were fine.
things are fine until Emma came along, and then things weren't fine.
No, if you want to go back to that, no. But even then, no. But things have been fine. There was no murder weighing on us.
While Jen continues denying any knowledge, Sarah is telling a very different story.
I put him in a chokehold and knocked him down.
Did he pass out? Were there words exchanged?
He passed out.
Okay.
And I didn't let go.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was too late. He stopped moving. He started turning white. And I couldn't go near him.
Though this is the first time Sarah has shared what happened to Ryan, this is only one version of the story, and with each retelling, the details only grow more and more unsettling. Sarah claims that Jen heard the commotion from downstairs and came up to see what had happened.
I had to figure out how to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. So what happened?
And we cut it up.
We being you and Jen? Was this when Corey was away at the hotel? Okay. So where did you cut him up at? Bathtub? What did you use?
Some kind of salt.
Where did that come from?
I found it in the shed.
So you each have your own shed there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who did the cutting?
Mostly me.
Jen, on the other hand, refuses to make any concessions.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Here's the thing. You're going to remember these things.
Yeah, I would probably remember if there was murder and a saw.
And where did you cut him at? And again, this is all stuff I already know. Okay, I just need to hear it straight from you.
The joints.
The joints? Can you point to I guess what you mean by joints? The elbows.
The wrists, ankles,
Mm-hmm.
knees.
And then up here?
Mm-hmm.
And the neck. Okay. Does Jen help cut him up?
Not really. She wasn't feeling well. She got kind of sick.
Okay.
So I took over most of it.
But did she help a little bit at the beginning? Okay.
We were both really scared.
One of the officers in Jen's interview steps out of the room to take a call, and when they return, they have news that will flip Jen's denials upside down.
Got an update.
Okay.
Sarah just admitted to everything, and you helped dismember the body. She admitted to all of it.
Okay.
So fill us in with what's going on, right? With the car, you're going to remember everything. So at this point, Sarah, spilling the beans on the whole kit and caboodle.
Okay.
Okay, this is what we told you before. We knew where we were at. So this amnesia that you have isn't going to work because now you're implicated in this as well.
I don't have amnesia.
Then fill it in. Fill it in.
I didn't do that.
I just got the phone call from the analyst that's listening in on the interview, and she's coming clean, right? They're watching it live.
Okay.
She's coming clean, and you helped dismember the body with her. Yeah.
Sarah's not going to be able to do this by herself.
Yeah.
And if she said that, then she's lying.
You just said before Sarah wouldn't lie. She's not lying.
I didn't say she wouldn't.
So who's lying here? It's not Sarah.
It is definitely Sarah. If she said that whole... Yeah, I would remember that.
Just at the point because you're being implicated now. So now it's a lie.
No.
We just want to get Emma his family.
Yes. Where did you guys go then with the body? All right, let's get to this part here.
No, I took a little cat
after
nap.
it's dismembered, and don't say you don't know. Because
Ever since I upgraded, I'm having fun, so I'm jumping on here as much as I can, honestly.
Luckily for investigators, Sarah
Good
is
morning,
giving
by the
them
way.
all the answers. This, however, is only her first confession, and she will eventually share another that changes everything.
So, you got him cut up, then what happens?
We have to figure out where to put everything.
So where did you say you put his belongings? Where did those go? Like his clothes and his...
Just in one of the bags.
Okay, and where did those...
We put those in a bin.
No, I went to
Like a
sleep
dumpster?
and got back on.
No, like a Tupperware bin.
Oh, okay. And where did that go?
In the back of his car.
Okay.
I haven't been up all
We were going
night.
to drive the car somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for, I don't know what kind of heart that is. I can't
Can you
see
get-
it. Oh, it's a heart me. Thank you for the heart me, Rev. I appreciate you.
This is the real story
I
about the
wish I
tow
could look
truck.
at the actual TikTok
According to
app.
Sarah, she and Jen plan to dispose of Ryan's dismembered body parts, which they'd loaded into the back of Ryan's own car. While their plan had been to abandon the car in a deserted location in Illinois before taking a Greyhound bus back, Ryan's car refused to start after they stopped at a gas station. This incident has a horrific new implication. Ryan's remains were still in the back of the car when the vehicle was towed, and Sarah and Jen then had to move the Tupperware bin full of his dismembered body parts in broad daylight into Sarah's car. They left Ryan's vehicle in the street, where the police eventually towed it away.
We started driving and trying to get rid of little things at a time.
Along the road, or is there special spots?
In public dumpsters.
So did you dispose of like his limbs in different spots? Okay. Do you know where those spots are?
We just stopped wherever something looked okay.
Or it seemed like secluded or something like that?
Like couple gas stations. Mostly just public dumpsters. I really don't know.
While Sarah doesn't clarify, they only disposed of Ryan's torso and belongings. The rest of his limbs and head had a different, even more alarming destination.
Here's the thing. You have been holding back this whole time with all of this stuff because I don't think you thought Sarah was going to be honest about it, but she is.
Oh, okay.
So let's do the right thing. And you wanted to do the right thing, right? So tell us about that.
About
Please.
what?
About the dismembering it and then where you went from there.
I didn't dismember anybody.
You did.
No, I did not. That's fucking insane.
It's not insane.
That's insane.
This happens all the time. I mean, you may not want to admit to doing it, right? But this stuff happens all the time.
So where was Corey during this?
No idea.
No idea. Still at the hotel, possibly?
I guess so.
Okay. Any communication with him?
I shut off my phone.
Okay.
Why did you shut off your phone?
I was scared.
Did he know something had happened?
I don't think so. I told him Ryan just left. And he didn't ask any questions.
Despite several attempts to get Corey to speak with police, Corey steadfastly refused.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so you don't know Ryan?
I don't.
You don't know Ryan? He didn't live with you at all?
I'm not going to talk to you without
an
attorney present.
We're talking with Sarah and Jen.
Okay.
Everybody involved that weekend, we're talking to right now, except you right now, because right now you kind of look like the bad guy. If you don't want to talk to us, everybody else wants to talk to us. That doesn't look good for you.
Yeah, they told me that you would say that, but
Who would say that?
My attorney.
Okay.
Corey refuses to speak any further and ultimately never comes in to discuss Ryan's case with officers. Without Corey's help, detectives will have to put more pressure on the people who are talking to them. Sarah and Jen. One thing still isn't clear: a motive.
Why were you so angry at him? What happened that you came up behind him and started choking?
He ruined my life.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, I told you
clean
the arguments Corey and I had. And
literally, Tay.
I couldn't make him see reason.
The officers talking to Jen also try to understand a motive.
You would do whatever you could to make Sarah happy. So let's get rid of M, because that would make Sarah happy, right? To get her out of that household.
Sure, but they agreed to leave.
But she wasn't. Not willingly. Not fast enough.
She agreed to leave.
Without meaning to, Jen points out a glaring issue with Sarah's current confession. If Ryan had agreed to leave, why didn't she simply let that happen? This exact question will be central to the story Sarah tells later.
Did Jen know that this was going to happen? No.
But she was there for me.
Sure, she's your support. You said that. That's what support people do. They're there for you.
I'm worried about what's going to happen to her.
Okay. I understand that.
We
It's only
understand,
natural.
and we appreciate you talking to us openly.
The detectives have no reason to assume that Sarah means anything more than simply worrying about Jen, but her concern hints at a disastrous turn of events soon to come.
So what happened? You got him. Something happened to Emma, and you put him in the tub, and you guys did your thing. Fill us in on that, please.
That didn't happen.
She's filling in the gaps where you are not filling in the gaps, though we know that you know what happened, right? Because it's written all over you. I mean, as soon as you get to a hot point, you minimize and you kind of look down. It's like a kid with a parent. I don't want to look and acknowledge that I'm lying to you.
Surprise, I have anxiety.
So when you started dismembering it, right? So what happened from there?
Not right.
So Sarah started. Was Sarah dismembering at this point in time?
No.
You're just holding on to the limbs, you're keeping a lookout.
No.
What are you doing?
No.
She's not cutting this body up herself.
That's probably because she cut up a body.
She just admitted to.
How you lying and she still admitted it?
No, she didn't.
She did.
Yes, she did.
The detectives attempt a different approach to get Jen to talk.
It's more beneficial to go, this is where it is. And it shows that you're wanting to make things right. You want to get things better, and you're showing remorse. Because the judge,
I'm
back
not
at our
showing
counter...
remorse because I don't know how to process this. And I'm not showing remorse. There is no remorse to be had.
So disposing of a body, you shouldn't show remorse for that?
Of course you should. Yeah.
You're still in shock that Sarah has come clean with everything, right?
There's no way she did this.
Your world's crashing down, and we're just trying to help you figure a way to make it a little softer of a crash.
Even though Jen refuses to believe Sarah admitted to the death and dismemberment of Ryan, Sarah's own interview is already wrapping up.
I just don't know what to do because I thought I had my whole life ahead of me. And I made one mistake.
And that's exactly it.
Now it's over.
Don't cut yourself short.
I just turned 30 and I feel like that's
one step at a time. Okay? 1 foot in front of the other at a time here.
Continuing to show an unsettling lack of concern for Ryan, Sarah then makes an inquiry.
Is there any kind of bail, or am I going to have to stay there the whole time?
There's not bail right now, but that's not to say that there won't be bail in the future. Okay? Just not right at the present time.
Sarah is informed that the charges against her include tampering with evidence, grand theft of a motor vehicle, abuse of a corpse, and gross abuse of a corpse.
Okay, I appreciate you being honest with us. Because that's the kind of person you are.
Thank you, Sarah.
I hope it doesn't...
We'll give you a few moments, okay?
One of the officers who had been interviewing Sarah heads over to Sarah's mom's house in order to take a crack at Jen and see if he can break through the unrelenting denials. This is where everything goes horribly wrong.
Where are they?
Though the video footage is redacted, Jen is introduced to the detective who spoke with Sarah and is then read the Miranda rights.
Am I being arrested?
Okay, well, we have some things we need to talk to you about.
But you're not saying yes or no.
Well, because it all depends on you. So we're going based on physical evidence and now what Sarah told us. That's my job. I'm doing my job. They're doing their job.
I'm sorry, I don't want to put words in their mouth.
No, but go ahead.
They said that she said that she was involved.
Absolutely. 100%. And this interview is being recorded.
Okay.
And I cannot lie about that.
You lying, and we're about to take you to jail.
She absolutely said she was involved, and she gave details, and you were involved in those details. I mean, I'm not making this shit up.
I don't know how I was involved.
Well, she told us how you were involved, but I don't want to go into those details because if you tell me and something's different, I have to go back and talk to her and try to iron out the inconsistencies.
Hearing that the detective isn't lying about Sarah's confession seems to be a turning point for Jen, but not in the way they hope.
I don't remember any of that. I don't know why Sarah would say that.
You're just surprised Sarah said it.
Of course I am.
Right, because you've gotten away from it this whole time until today.
After hours of conversation, the new detective points out something that the others have failed to notice. While speaking with the officers, a purse has remained on Jen's lap.
What's in your purse?
Comfortable and calm.
After Jen explains, they quickly move on and continue questioning. This time about the evidence they've uncovered, a choice that will likely haunt the detectives for the rest of their careers.
And we found large quantities of blood in the trunk from Emma. That's a clue. We call them police work. You know, I'm not trying to be facetious, but that's called a clue. You know, so I mean, when we put 2 and 2 together, and then we talk to Sarah, and it all kind of matches up. You know what I mean? It all matches up.
What's going to happen to her?
Well, I don't know. It all depends on what you tell me.
To my knowledge, she didn't do anything.
But I'd be more worried about yourself right now.
Why?
Because of what she's telling us and the physical evidence. And the social media search warrants that we did.
I'm not worried about myself.
There's a very good reason Jen isn't worried. And once again, the purse comes up.
You don't have any, like, weapons in there, do you? What are you playing with in your purse? So, Jen, like we talked about, you asked if you were under arrest. You are going to be placed into custody.
Yeah, Jen, you're going to jail.
I want to, before this gentleman, he's a detective with the City of Marion Police Department. You're going to be booked into their...
Central 055.
055.
I need an ambulance, shots fired. How long's her hand been in that? 055, 9512. Need you to respond to the scene.
Do we have a victim?
Affirmative.
None of ours, right? We didn't return anything?
Negative. No officer involved.
Just as officers began their arrest, Jen pulled a small handgun out of the purse and fired. Jen was pronounced dead at the scene from a single bullet wound to the back of the head.
Yeah, 'cause she
While this
did
is
it.
happening back at the police station, Sarah is led away in handcuffs. Unbeknownst to her, Jen has just died.
You stand up, turn around, and put your handcuffs, okay?
Am I able to use the restroom again before?
Well, when we get over to the jail, I'll let you use the restroom over there, okay?
Months after her arrest and Jen's death, Sarah is brought in to share an entirely new version of Ryan's death.
Good morning. How are you doing, Sarah? Feel free to have a seat. People here. We didn't want to be rude drinking our coffee in front of you, so we've got you one. Feel free to have it if you like. If you don't like coffee, then I haven't had coffee for so long. It's a specialty. It's a Cinnabon, so it's on something good.
After a few more pleasantries, the investigators clarify with Sarah that her lawyers agreed she can speak with them, and they read her Miranda rights. They immediately begin by discussing Sarah's new confession. In this discussion, she refers to Jen by the name Naira.
On the morning of the 26th, Naira started voicing some plan about killing him, and I did not take her seriously because she would make comments like that sometimes. I still didn't take her seriously, but I was starting to get worried because of how intricate it was getting. And then when she started gathering tools like trash bags, bleach, the handsaw from the shed, I realized she was serious. So I tried to talk her out of it, calmly at first, and then I started getting a little hysterical. And she told me that if I didn't help, that she was going to do it anyway. And usually at this point, the attorneys ask me, well, why did you do it? Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you kick her out? And it was because I loved her. I was so scared and horrified, but there wasn't, like, I didn't stop. I didn't stop her. I didn't.
What was the problem then?
Yeah. She had a rag that she dipped in bleach, and she had a bottle of vinegar next to her to add to it when the time came, because I guess they had some kind of chemical reaction and released some kind of poisonous gas. I don't really know, but she did the research for it.
Though Sarah has significantly shifted the roles that she and Jen play in the planning and execution of Ryan's death, she still tells detectives that she jumped on him when he came out of the bathroom before Jen then held the rag over Ryan's mouth. The changes in her story only become more apparent as the details grow even more brutal.
When he started making these guttural gasping noises, Naira let me get out from under him, and I curled up in the office and cried. So I stayed in the office for a while until she did get him in the bathtub, and she had put a trash bag over his head and severed it, and then put that into the freezer so that she could deal with it later.
Since her arrest, investigators have discovered chilling evidence about the fate of Ryan's decapitated head, something they'll bring up shortly. In this retelling, rather than Jen being the one to dispose of Ryan's clothing, it was Sarah who took on this job. However, this doesn't mean she didn't help with the dismemberment.
She started
Laura's
to get
Pearls,
intestinal
welcome
cramps.
in, and thank you for the heart me.
So she went to lie down and said I had to
Appreciate
take
you.
over. So I put the hands in one bag, or no, the hands and the feet she told me to put in a bag, and then she also put it in the freezer for later because she said those would be the two big identifying factors and she would have to deal with them separately. So I removed the forearms and the calves at the joints. It was slow, exhausting work, and I did not work fast enough. Her original idea was to cut up everything into as small of manageable pieces as possible and then dispose of them that way, but we didn't have enough time to do that, so we just had the head, hands and feet, the forearms went in one bag, the calves went in another bag, and then we just had to deal with the torso.
After this, the story remained the same. They loaded Ryan's dismembered body into a Tupperware container and attempted to use Ryan's vehicle until they eventually had to call a tow truck. The difference this time, apparently Jen was the one telling Sarah where to go as they drove towards Illinois, stopping randomly to dispose of Ryan's remains, including the area where Ryan's torso was eventually discovered in Mercer County, 2 hours from Columbus. The fate of Ryan's head was an entirely different story. Investigators eventually searched the garage at Sarah's mom's house where they found several boxes filled with what appeared to be human remains. This included a pot filled with a thick substance hidden within layers of plastic garbage bags. After the pot was emptied, investigators recovered a human skull. In this version of her story, Sarah claims it was Jen who disposed of the remaining limbs.
But also because she didn't know the best way to dispose of it yet. So we had to she put it in the soup bin, put that in a bag, or several bags, put the pieces of the hands and feet also in the bag, and then kept bagging it up, and we put it in the shed for the time being. And every time we moved, it would have to come with us. So that was a weight that I had to drag with me everywhere I went. For a long time, we would check the news constantly. That's when we found out that the torso was discovered. But as time went on and we didn't see any new news, we started planning for a future instead. And we made a pact that should something go wrong or we get discovered that she was going to shoot me first, because she said she would rather die than spend her life in prison. The arrest came, and when I said goodbye to her, I could see it in her face that she knew.
This confession sheds an entirely new light on the footage of Jen and Sarah saying goodbye when she was arrested.
You want to tell your wife bye or anything?
Okay. You had mentioned the bleach and vinegar on the ring. Okay. And then mentioned something different was put into the pot. Lye, some kind of lye mixture. Okay. And is that something you would have had on hand, or did she go out and purchase? That she did purchase. The head in the freezer didn't draw any attention.
The head in the
she
freezer, y'all.
Packed like vegetables and stuff in front of it, so it didn't look like it was anything.
This is a horrifying detail. While Corey was still living in the house, Ryan's decapitated head was in the home, hidden just out of sight behind some frozen vegetables. The detectives take a quick break before returning to clarify a few more details, including the comment investigators initially made to Jen during her interview about Sarah painting with blood.
So art for me is a coping mechanism. And I know that Randy and Eric had mentioned that there were two pieces in particular that gave people red flags. One was a painting of a sheep with that was done in blood, or some of it. That piece I had done prior to ever knowing about Ryan.
Too nice.
That was a coping mechanism for everything that I'd been through with Corey.
Sarah posted this drawing to her illustration Facebook page in June 2015, titling it Sacrificial Lamb. Though she created it a few months before meeting Ryan, it eerily depicted the lamb dismembered and decapitated.
The other one was a mermaid holding a human head, and I know that people thought, or at least I heard, that this was like showing like, look what I did.
What Sarah doesn't mention is that she titled this drawing, Till Death Do Us Part.
But that was also a coping mechanism, having to drag that around with me everywhere we moved.
During the interview, Sarah also doodled a quick drawing of the saw they used to dismember Ryan. The elusive motive still needs to be clarified, and so detectives ask the haunting question of why Sarah and Jen didn't simply let Ryan leave the apartment as planned.
And the thing she said was along the lines of, someone like that doesn't deserve to be out in the world to ruin someone else's life. So I think in some perverse way it was her idea that I don't want to go so far as to say she was dealing out justice, but she just felt very strongly that he didn't deserve to be out there. She said that if you want to transition, your goal is to just fit in. And that's what she tried to do. She didn't point out anything. She tried to be as feminine as possible because that's what she wanted to be, was a woman. And so with people like Ryan, who say that they're transitioning but are not really making the effort, really
that means he deserves
her.
To die?
She more commonly said things like, he's a disgusting human being, or the world would be better off without him. So that's why the fact
gotta
that
be honest,
Ryan
that's
wanted to,
kind
but
of crazy.
still looked and acted male, just really got under her skin.
With this allegation in mind, investigators question why Sarah confessed to the crime initially.
You said you were trying to protect Jen. I guess, why try to protect her at that point in time?
Yeah, that's what I thought about in hindsight. It would have devastated me to have to throw her under the bus and say, well, she was the one who did it. I guess there was a small part of me that thought if I took the fall for her, she would be okay. But thinking back now, I should have known with the look on her face that there was no point trying to protect her. She was going to do it anyway, with me or without me.
As the interview wraps up, Sarah clarifies why she wanted to speak with the investigators again.
I don't know if the prosecution knows how much detail about Naira. So I'm basically just hoping that at the sentencing, essentially the same thing that I told both of you, just condensed a little bit, we'll be able to go on the record so that my side of the story and what actually happened will be out.
In the end, Sarah's new version of Ryan's death did little to change her fate. In January 2022, Sarah Buzzard pled guilty and appeared in Mercer County Common Pleas Court for sentencing. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Warren, Ryan's father, had the last word.
I just know now that, no one can hurt him anymore, and no one can hurt him now.
How did y'all kill that boy? All right, the next one is called When Cops Discover a Serial Killer's Truck Full of Bodies. Here we go.
He's been missing for over 2 weeks.
That's unlike my daughter. It's unlike my daughter not calling us or texting us.
Hey, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm telling you, he murked all 3 of them people, man.
And tried to lie to the very end.
Step 1 is to tell me where the bodies are.
Oh, there's right there. Oh.
All of them dead.
Donda, for real.
Now what do you think?
God, I could imagine anything happened to one person, never less 3. He told me there could be no God because of what he saw. I want to know why. What gave him the right?
One of the most shocking cases in New Mexico history begins with reports of missing people in the area. It isn't long until these disappearances lead police down a bloody trail left by a homicidal perpetrator driven by vengeance. Even with the suspect in their sights, police can't stop the death toll from growing and soon realize that it may be worse than they ever imagined.
What about the other people he said he killed?
The other 11, that's still under investigation.
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. 5 weeks before police would make the most gruesome discovery of their careers in an airport parking garage, the nightmare began with a missing 21-year-old named Matthew Miller in the town of Grants, New Mexico.
Well, the last time you talked to him was this 22nd of January?
Yes.
And that was what, a Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
The woman is Matthew's grandmother, and she knows as well as the detective that her grandson is heavily into the addiction scene in Grants.
So you guys can help me out by just calling around to hospitals, clinics, rehabilitation places, other county jails, like that. See if he's there.
But the detective doesn't mince words when it comes to his fears.
I have been doing this an awful long time. I am very concerned about Matthew's whereabouts. I'm very concerned.
Detective Turney talks next to an associate of Matthew's named Leonie, hoping she may be able to shed some light on his whereabouts.
I need to come in and talk to you. Huh?
Is he left his phone?
I'm not worried about. I'm not this. I don't care. I don't care about anything. I don't care about any drugs, drug stuff.
You look human feelings.
We can have a chat with you. We're looking for Matthew Miller. He's been missing for over 2 weeks. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When was the last time he was here?
Maybe a year ago, maybe?
A year ago?
When I first got this place, yeah. When I first got it, last January.
He hasn't been here since then?
Like I know
Okay. What if I got video of his vehicle?
Maybe Dustin hasn't here, man. When I've had it myself.
But it won't be easy to speak with her fiancé, Justin Mata, because according to her, he ran off with a woman named Jennifer Lannon.
But he left on the 17th and came back. And then
17th? That's a long time ago.
Yeah, and then I went to go talk to the guy in Kingman. He's like, yeah, they left each other. They're during the night and they're in Arizona.
Do you have any kind of way to contact Justin? You have a phone number?
No, he just left him to go.
That day, police find Matthew's Chevy Colorado parked outside the Lubbock apartments, just a few blocks away. When they return to question Leonie, they confront her with footage of the truck in front of her home last month, contradicting her claim that she hadn't seen Matthew in a year. Leonie pushes back, insisting that if Matthew was there, he must have been visiting her fiancé, Justin.
I've got that truck parked right there on the 26th of January. You told me he left on the 17th.
He did.
He lying.
I guess he did.
So if you drove his truck from here to over to Lubbock, you need to tell me. I'm going to find out if you did it, because I've got other surveillance video. If I had you on video driving that vehicle from here to there or getting in or out of it, okay, I'm going to charge you. This is your chance.
But Leonie stays firm, and with her fiancé Justin apparently having run off with Jennifer Lannon, it's perhaps no surprise when the next call that comes into Grant's police department is from Jennifer's mother in New Jersey.
It's unlike my daughter to go 2 weeks without calling us. Then it went 3 weeks. It's unlike my daughter not calling us or texting us. 3 weeks.
The police are now dealing with 3 people whose whereabouts are unknown: Matthew Miller, Justin Mata, and Jennifer Lannon. They hope to find answers by turning to Jennifer's ex-husband, Sean Lannon. They learn that Sean just moved to Albuquerque with his kids to stay with a friend, having been evicted from the house in Grants for not paying rent. Nonetheless, he makes the drive to speak to police.
So when's the last time you had contact with her? I mean, we want a very specific time. Like text, call, see what? See. About a week ago.
Yeah, before I finished packing the house up.
Okay. And where was that at?
Kingman.
Despite divorcing, Sean still lived with Jennifer and their 3 kids. He says that several weeks ago, Jennifer left with Justin and another mystery man he knows only by the street name Suspect. But she would come back periodically to collect more of her belongings. And on these occasions, Jennifer, Justin, and Suspect would be in a white Chrysler.
Have you ever seen Matthew Miller? You know who I'm talking about? Was he over at your house?
Sean acknowledges that Matthew has been by the house frequently and that he even allowed Sean to drive his truck. Sean says that the last time he drove Matthew's vehicle was a couple of weeks ago, when he took the kids to McDonald's and a few other places before returning home.
Last time you saw
Matthew was with those 2.
in which vehicle?
A white vehicle, but they were at the house.
Did you have anything to do with Jennifer's disappearance, Matthew's disappearance? Aren't you pretty upset that she was sleeping with Justin?
She was sleeping with a few people.
The detective is familiar with the opioid struggles Jennifer, and indeed many people in this circle of friends, has been dealing with.
If you're addicted to what she's addicted to, okay, you will do anything to keep from feeling that pain when you don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't try and get through it.
She's been through rehab several, at least once.
Yeah,
Put her, you know. I'm worried about her.
Me too.
I'm worried about Matthew. I'm worried about Justin, to some extent.
Yeah.
They know what happened. Somebody drove. We found Matthew's ride.
It's over near the house. It's all 3 weeks.
Huh?
It's over near the house. Couple streets over.
Sean doesn't offer any guess as to how the vehicle wound up in front of the Lubbock apartments, an omission that will later raise suspicions.
Man, I just got a really, really bad feeling about all this.
Sure.
You don't.
I do.
You don't seem.
I've been living in this circle for a minute.
Has she ever done this before?
Yeah.
Before the interview is over, Sean brings up another individual, a man named Danny, who was staying at the house on Kingman until recently. The detective is all too familiar with the name.
People talk all they want. I believe what comes out of that dude's mouth. I don't think you have to take. And my kids are.
He needs to go to prison too, man. Back to prison.
Could this man, Danny, known on the streets by the nickname Dog, have some part to play in these disappearances?
Okay. All right.
It's clear he has a reputation.
Okay.
If I know he's some type of unsavory character, I don't deal with any people like that.
Okay, how do you? Yeah.
I think they said he had a nickname in Dog or something, and that
I don't know what Sean said. You know, he suspected that he's killed people before and he's been in and out of jail and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you need to distance yourself. Like, if I told him before, I'm like, you need to not be around anybody like that. Like, that's not good for you. It's not good for your kids.
Police turn to Danny's cousin, only to immediately run into resistance.
Your cousin with Danny?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys had a place together?
No, we did not have a place together at all, sir. I am not associated with my cousin in any way other than giving him a place to lay his head.
Okay, well see, that's fine.
I own 2 camper trailers. He is residing in them or not, I do not know. Okay, I'm unaware of what he's doing, where he's at. That is all I have to say in this matter.
Okay. Well, usually that's why
I was not living with him, he is not living with me.
Okay.
So where do we go from here? Because I have nothing else to say. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Why I'm being followed, why I'm being watched,
Well, we know you're lying.
why am I being anything other than that, I have no idea, sir. And with all due respect to you guys, catch that son of a... I'm honestly scared to be here, guys. I don't want to be here. I know who my cousin is. He's a gang member in here too, so am I scared? I'm just scared, bro, okay?
In the meantime, investigators talk to a man named Josh in relation to a separate case. Out of the blue, he asks about Matthew Miller's disappearance and tells them that their attention should be on the man they interviewed yesterday, Jennifer's ex-husband, Sean Lannon.
Check this out, man. Yesterday, I was at Kelly's. Sean told me to go talk to you. Okay, and I guess he had to go talk to you or something, talk to the cops. He goes into Kelly's in the garage, stashes the bag in the ceiling. Gun, his wife's IDs, clothes, everything. Just stashes it there since he had to go talk to the cops. How do you know? I was there. I was there. Sean killed all 3 of them, man. I'm telling you, he murked all 3 of them people, man. He busted his phone right there. What? Sean did. Right in front of Kelly, all of us. He got his phone and he handed it to Kelly. Before that, he handed the phone to Kelly.
Lying, man.
And Kelly handed it back to him like, what the got it and smashed it on the ground. Why would he do that? Come on, they find the truck right by his house. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he'd already been kicked out by then, but...
Man, I'm telling you, man, he did. I know he did, man. Straight up.
The detectives need to know immediately if what Josh is telling them is true. They go to see Kelly, Sean's rumored girlfriend, to see if she knows anything about this stashed bag.
All I know is that I haven't seen Jennifer in a while, and Sean said that she took off with just Dustin Malcolm.
Was Sean here yesterday?
He came out yesterday, yeah.
How many times? What did he do?
He came inside, he told me that he had to go down and report Jennifer missing. And he got a Coke, took a couple drinks, and left. And then he came back again, but I was leaving and I was going to get keys because I locked myself out of the house.
Did Sean hide anything in the house that was going to take him?
No.
Did he destroy his phone?
Yeah, right here, I forgot. He destroyed his phone.
Do you think he did something to Jennifer and Matthew?
I honestly don't.
But police are growing suspicious. They execute a search warrant on Sean's house and discover that he ripped up the carpet in one of the bedrooms before being evicted. If that weren't enough, they have surveillance of his house, and the cameras aren't showing them a picture that lines up with Sean's last statement.
Hello?
Hey, is this Sean?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sean, this is Detective Turney. How are you
Linda,
doing?
welcome in.
Good, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I've been trying to get a hold of your other number, and it's not working. So.
No, I apologize. Sorry.
So you know anything new?
No, I haven't heard anything. Nope. Anywhere on your own?
No, we've made some progress here and there. I've got a bunch of pictures of different vehicles. I'd like you to take a look at, see if you could help me identify them.
Good time tomorrow. I wanted to come in and I still have stuff I got to return to the school.
Okay. Tomorrow would be great. Just give me a heads up anytime.
But tomorrow comes and goes, and Sean doesn't show. The day after that, realizing that Sean has an outstanding warrant relating to a recent assault and battery incident, they have Albuquerque police arrest him and bring him to Grants. The next afternoon, Detective Turney sits down with Sean Lannon once again, and this time, his questions are much more pointed.
the things that you've told us, okay, I've completely ruled each one of them as just an outright lie. Okay?
Let's talk about it, sure.
Because of the facts. I have surveillance all over this town.
Okay, cool.
Okay? I have surveillance all over this town. All right?
Yeah.
Sean, step one.
Right.
Okay? Step one is to tell me where the bodies are. Step two, okay, is to tell me some kind of reasonable story of the truth.
Right. What is it you, how and when I told you what you knew, that's when I feel I gave you an answer.
Can't tell you the truth
What
because
is
he's
it
lying.
that would cause you to think otherwise that it
Hey,
wasn't
Carrie,
true?
welcome in.
What is it that you think
I know you're the last one who drove Matthew Miller's truck.
Okay.
I know you parked it where we found it.
Yep.
That's all a lie. You lied to me about it.
What do you mean? That's where I put it. I told you where it was. It's still there last time I saw it. I told you in here. I told you I drove the truck.
You told me you drove the truck a few weeks prior and you went to Smith's and Walmart to get food and then you went back and drove and parked it at Kingman.
At McDonald's. Yeah.
That's
it. It's the last time I drove it. And the kids were with me the whole time.
The detective plays Sean some footage from a surveillance camera across the street from his house that shows him getting into Matthew Miller's truck on the 26th of January, 1 month earlier.
You go to the side and then you jump over the side and fix something in the back. After you go back to the back of it. And you get in it. And you leave. You're gone for quite some time. You're gone for quite some time. And then you also pass by Jackson, where there is good surveillance video too. And then you go park it at the Lubbock Apartments and walk away from it.
Right.
Why would you do such a thing?
That's where Justin. No, that's all. You see me take his truck all the time.
You gonna act like you didn't do it, bruh?
That's where he said to take it. Put the keys under the seat.
Matthew said to park it there.
Yeah. He left it down numerous times. So after they came with that
I
federal
told you to park it at the Lubbock Apartments.
Really, Justin said to do
Last
it.
one with the stalker.
He's like, yeah.
This story, of course, went untold the first time Sean spoke to the detective, and it's
Yeah,
not
that
the
was a
only
crazy one.
discrepancy that police have found.
I just thought of me though.
And Jennifer and Justin ran off together.
Yeah.
And they got into this white car.
A white 300 or something.
Yeah, there's no white car that ever goes to Kingman.
Yes. There's a 8 There's a white 300 there.
I think you're lying, Sean.
I think you're lying too,
February
Sean.
10th.
I think it's time to
that
go
was
to
the day
jail,
you came in
Sean.
here and we got Jennifer entered missing.
Yeah.
Before you came here, you went to Kelly DeSoto's house.
I did.
You took a bag in the house and had a gun.
Yep.
And Jennifer's IDs. Why would you do that? You're admitting that you did that?
I had a bag at the house, yeah.
On your way here, you stopped at Kelly's.
I stopped at Kelly's.
Right?
Yep. Talked to Kelly for a few minutes. And I left.
You took a bag in her house and hid the bag.
I didn't hide the bag. It was on the kitchen table. That's it. It was my other bag, the laptop and everything.
And there was a gun in the bag.
There was Justin's gun, which was his gun.
And Jennifer's IDs.
And Jennifer's IDs, yeah.
Sean says that when he went back to Kelly's house after the interview, the gun was missing from the bag. Once again, he brings up Danny, his allegedly dangerous acquaintance.
I said, where's the stuff that's in the bag? And Doug was like, this is what you're going to get. And I was like, I was trying to fight with him because he put on the scary side. He has that pistol.
But right now, the detective is more interested in Sean's actions.
You destroyed Jennifer's phone.
I can carry Jennifer.
You smashed it.
I'll see you in a bit, Carrie.
I've got several people that witnessed this.
And who are the several people?
Kelly.
I didn't destroy the phone.
Who did it? You didn't smash a phone in the...
I didn't smash a phone.
In that interview here, I asked you, hey, is this the good number to contact you?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah.
Yeah.
After you left and went to Kelly's and
That would be the...
I never was able to contact you on that number again. You never called me again asking, have we found her?
Sean has arguments ready for all of Detective Turney's points, but the detective has a simple explanation for why his suspicions are not going away.
So you got Matthew. Let's say there's 10 people in Matthew's household that could be persons of interest in his life and his disappearance, right? So then you've got Jennifer.
Yep.
Let's say there's another 10 people, okay? Got Justin, bare minimum, another 10 people, okay? You are the only one that's in each one of these circles.
The dog's in that. The dog's brought him into my world. Literally.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not that person. Like,
so did Danny kill him?
I have no idea. I literally spent most of my time with the kids. If I had to guess who would kill him, it would be the guy that, if I got to dispose of bodies, I'm going to put him in my pig. And he showed me the pig one day because I was helping him at his house. The pig was like as big as this table. It's like, pigs will eat everything but the eyeballs. I'm like,
who are you talking about?
Danny Lemos, dog.
But despite making his most direct effort yet to implicate Danny, Sean remains the detective's primary focus.
It don't look good for you, okay? It does not look good for you, Sean.
Okay.
You're the last one who drove freaking Matthew's truck. You parked it where it was, okay? So it
And I told you where it was, and I was honest about it. I put my kids in the
Not
car.
till today. Not till
No,
today.
you pulled that video last time. I told you that I took my kids in the truck
And
and
you went
parked
straight
it.
back to Kingman. You didn't tell me you parked it in Lubbock.
But Sean maintains that he didn't kill Matthew, Justin, and Jennifer, and that furthermore, he doesn't see how he could have.
I don't know how you would have a body come out of that house. I'm assuming there's video on
Maybe they just
the one
OD'd.
in front.
Maybe they just OD'd.
It's a body, like
Yeah.
they OD'd. How are you gonna get rid of a body?
The chilling answer to that question would soon begin to emerge in the most gruesome way imaginable. Sean is released from police custody on March 2nd. The next day, security footage shows a red pickup truck driving into the International Sunport Airport in Albuquerque. It goes unnoticed until late the following night when parking lot security officers inspect the truck and take note of a terrible smell.
Last night, the swing shift.
Okay.
I believe they stated that there was a suspicious vehicle that was parked in the garage.
We got passed down that this Ford Red Ranger was here and had a foul smell to it. We looked at it, we couldn't really smell it up until, but we caught slight whiffs of it.
Did Plum Center finally notify you guys?
Yeah, they called us.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Just a little bit ago.
Yeah, because they said they weren't going to dispatch officers for plunge. Yeah, because I called it in, but there's a pretty foul smell coming from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd and out of place, especially with all the couple around there. And
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely weird.
Now on scene in the earliest hours of March 5th, officers with the Albuquerque Police Department begin to investigate the truck, unaware that they're on the verge of one of the most shocking discoveries of their careers.
Kind of smells. Kind of smells, but I mean, not to like decompose or anything. You know what I mean?
It may not be, maybe it's an animal, I don't know. It looks like
The skin with the hair that looked. Yeah, and some like hand saws through this window.
like they stared at it for a while.
Yeah.
I think there's
There's
something
like
behind him.
black plastic bag and a tarp. I don't know what's under there.
And mine looks like blood on the shirt.
What is that?
Back here.
Oh yeah. Like those loppers right there.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that's rust on it or I don't know. like around the blade part, it kind of looks reddish. I mean, could be rust, but based off what we're looking at, I mean, I don't know. This one just kind of smelled blood on that thing.
Hello, young lady.
Hi there.
We have a suspicious situation here. There's a bunch of big couple worked up in the back, and it smells awfully bad.
Oh, right.
Now, we kind of pulled one over, and it looks like there might be maybe a body part. I don't know. So,
I don't know. Well, then I'm out of here. Just kidding.
you guys, if there is something like that, are you the one that authorizes homicide to come out?
I'll call my supervisor and let him know, and then he'll come out, and then we'll authorize it.
Look down.
Oh, look, it looks like there's like, oh, there's skin right there. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I find this.
He was like laughing about
I
it.
thought you guys were just joking with me.
When crime scene investigators arrive, they begin
Why would they
processing
joke about
the truck. Inside the bins, they find body parts. A male torso in one, an intact female in another, and yet another, a second male torso with a blade still lodged in the ribcage. Ultimately, alongside bloody
Make sure
hand
you
tools,
subscribe
all
if
of the
you
body
love
parts are
true
found in the
crime.
bins, and they
By
will be
the way.
identified as the remains of Jennifer Lannon, Justin Mata, and Matthew Miller.
Say it is. It's a stolen plate out of Grant.
The investigation continues as night turns into day, and the media gets wind of this shocking development.
Help you, sir.
What's the newspaper that closed up there?
Yeah, it is. All media is supposed to meet at the Sheraton.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks.
Okay. How's it going? Did they send you guys this way already?
What?
Did they send you guys this way already?
The whole press conference thing is over.
Okay.
So we came over here to. We're gonna do a little quick live shot.
The chilling discovery draws significant attention, but the investigation is only getting started. Police turn to the airport security cameras where they find their first lead, a man heading down the parking lot elevators right around the time the truck was dropped off. Combined with some other security footage, it gives the detectives a place to start.
We had a male that came from the parking garage and came down, and we've gotten to an ABC green cab.
I think it's the green cap. We don't have ABC. I think
Green cab, sorry, green
yeah.
cab. Okay.
I didn't see him get in, so I couldn't really answer that.
Okay. Do you recall anything about him?
I can't even remember having a conversation.
Okay.
Like, I don't even, if there was a conversation, it was probably about the taxi or the bus. That's mostly what most of the people ask me.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't remember nothing.
Interviewing airport employees and taxi drivers doesn't get them much closer to the truth. But when Detective Turney Grants gets a look at the security footage, he believes he knows exactly who it is in the video. None other than Sean Lannon. The only problem is that Sean is no longer in the area.
Yeah, I know his mom arranged for them to go back east, so hopefully they went back east on Thursday, so.
Indeed, less than 12 hours before airport security noticed the mysterious red truck in their parking lot, Sean Lannon and his 3 children boarded a flight for New Jersey. He takes the kids to his mom's house in Gloucester County, New Jersey, where police are watching Sean's movements and waiting for him to separate from his kids. The plan is to move in and get the children to safety at that time. But in the meantime, police in Albuquerque have a new problem. Only 3 people have been reported missing in Grants, and they're accounted for by the victims in the bins. But in the passenger seat of that red truck, they found the body of another deceased man, his face destroyed with significant trauma. Underneath him, police found a short-handled sledgehammer. So who is the dead man in the passenger seat? They begin with the information they do have. The registered owner of the truck, a man by the name of Randall Apostolon. They track down his brother to see if they can find Randall and determine if he has anything to do with this tragic crime.
What's up?
Are you there? Are you Mark?
Yes, I am.
Mark?
Yes.
Okay, good. And is your mom Claire?
Excuse me?
Is mom? Your mom? Is it your mom? You live here with someone? Grandma?
No, I don't.
No?
Gentlemen, what are you here for?
We're
Please
here.
get to the point.
Sure. Actually, we're looking for a fellow named Randall.
That's my brother.
Okay. Can I talk to you about him?
Yeah, would you like to come in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
I'll get a mask on.
Thank you.
I really don't know where he is, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All he does is receive his mail here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Can we just
Go ahead and have a seat. I'll bring the chair.
Do you know where he lives?
My brother's in transit. I mean, he has been since I had to buy his house because it was in foreclosure. May I ask what it's in reference to, or is it private because you guys can't tell me?
Well, it's a little bit private. It just we're looking for him, and we've got some questions for him.
Mark shares that his brother has struggled with addiction for years and has been homeless lately.
I truly think he's living out of his vehicle. I truly believe.
Tell me why you think that.
Because, let's see. Because he's been going from friend to friend, but the last friend I heard, and I don't know where the friend lives, booted him out last week.
Police eventually tracked down a man named Aaron, who may have been one of the last people to see Randall Apostolon. Aaron tells them that he was hanging out at the Family Dollar one day when a man approached him looking for storage space because he had some boxes that needed to be stashed overnight.
He had to do it in a hurry because they were coming to tow his truck or something like that. I don't know if they were repoing it or he said someone was going to tow it, so I assumed they were repoing it. So he had to get his stuff out of it. So I said, all right. So I thought of Randy because I've been doing some work with him.
He said he introduced Randall to this stranger, and that was the end of his involvement.
That's about all I really remember. I remember that guy said he was ex-military. He had 3 kids at home. He said he had 3 daughters. He lived in a Pearl. I think somewhere up on the 2nd floor, and that's about all I remember him talking about.
If the spotlight of suspicion on Sean Lannon wasn't already bright enough, Aaron's story is the clincher. Sean is ex-military, has 3 children, and was living in the Pearl Apartments with his friend Diana right up until the day he flew back to the East Coast. In New Jersey, the mission to peacefully separate Sean Lannon from his 3 children is a success. But Sean himself has escaped surveillance. According to his mother and sister, he went for a job interview in Virginia. Police don't know his actual whereabouts, and they certainly aren't prepared for what he plans to do next. In the meantime, Jennifer's family comes to terms with the growing likelihood that Sean was their daughter's killer.
She said, Mom, Sean would never let me go. I could never leave him because he told me that he would kill me first. He'd have to kill me first.
In Albuquerque, a positive identification is made on the body in the passenger seat of the truck. It's Randall Apostolon. After notifying his brother Mark, one detective must call him back with grim advice when the Ranger is released from evidence.
I do wish to absolutely warn you and encourage you, sir, that this truck, because of the bodies were hauled in it and the condition that they were in, that if you want to retain custody of the truck, you're going to need to have a professional cleaning crew, ones that specialize in crime scene or medical cleanup, go over the vehicle, because it's that there's a the odor of the decomp, and there's blood inside of the vehicle. So if you're wishing to get it, that's obviously it's your discretion, but that is what you would need to do.
And in a conversation with Sean's friend Diana, police finally reveal the truth about Jennifer.
Do they know anything? Do you know if she's okay?
Who?
Jen?
So, I'm going to be very direct with you. No, she's not okay. Not at all.
For the kids, it's terrible. It's awful.
My God, I hope he didn't do anything. I really don't. I don't think he would, but I don't know 100%. I don't know.
So if I add to that the fact that she's not the only one we found, and that we found Justin, and that we found his friend as well, all of them dead. Now what do you think?
God, I couldn't imagine anything happened to one person, nevertheless 3.
But in East Greenwich Township, New Jersey, the death toll is about to rise once again.
Police communications.
Hello. I need an officer to check on someone for me, if that was possible.
A woman named Carol calls police, asking them to make sure her friend Michael Dubkowski is okay.
And how old is Michael?
Michael is, let me think, he's 66.
And why are we checking on him?
Well, I'm his friend, and I live up in Collingswood, and we check on each other because we both live alone, and we've been friends for a long time, and He got a new phone this weekend, and I keep dialing. I talked to him since he got it. I spoke to him this morning, and this afternoon, I called him, and he said, I have to call you back. And he never called me back, and his line is just busy, busy, busy.
Police head out to the house, having no idea that they're stepping into an ongoing horror story. When there's no answer, the officer tries lifting the garage door as much as possible to see inside.
County 1735, just confirming there should be a car here.
From any garage.
All right, I was able to pull the door open just a little bit, a couple inches. I can see that there is no car here.
A curious neighbor soon walks over to the house.
I mean, and everything is locked. I mean, everything is locked up tight. Right, and that's my major concern. It seems like it's completely out of character.
News soon comes that could either explain the situation or make it much worse.
Car was in Camden City around 3:49. Yeah, which is right down the street from Walter Rand Station now. And with him having family in Boston, he takes 30th Street Station in Philadelphia there by train.
Okay. Evelyn, thank you for the
So I'm
heart
hoping
or the love you so
he went
much.
to Walter
Welcome
Rand
in.
Station, got the river line over to 30th Street.
Welcome,
I don't
welcome
know.
in.
It doesn't seem right.
That's not Mike, no.
The police give the garage door another try, and this time they make entry. It's not long before they notice something that changes the tone of this wellness check completely.
And he broke a little. Get through there. See if that's unlocked. Locked.
There's something. It's not even locked. Oh, that. You see that door?
What is it? Oh, the door's open?
Yeah, but look at this.
All right, sir, if you can hang out there for now.
All right. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my gloves.
I'm just going to kick this in.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my gloves. Can we push that door with something?
I'm turning on real quick. You're good.
Police department.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. There's a.
All right.
All right. This can handle.
The scene is a gory one. On the floor lies Michael Debkowski amidst a large amount of blood. He appears to have been bludgeoned to death.
We love you too,
County,
Evelyn.
you
You
could
make things better when you're in here.
Contact my on-call detective.
So thank you for
Baltimore
joining
County
us.
Prosecutor's Office and me. County, we need that vehicle entered stolen also, please. Yeah. Unfortunately, sir, yes. Yeah.
Is he alive?
No, not at this time. But I would like you not to contact anybody.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to hang at your house.
Was he marked?
I don't know, sir. I don't know. I have people coming out to check.
Okay.
Those investigators soon arrive, and the first officer on scene explains what they found inside. Before long, a familiar name comes up.
As soon as we go in, body's on the right-hand side, blood everywhere, and somebody covered his face with like a rag or a towel.
So do we have any idea who would have been here?
So the only person she can think of, she was saying earlier, he was a big brother, big sister thing to Lannon's out of Paulsboro.
Okay.
Sean Lannon, and she couldn't remember the other name.
Can you just hear that thing?
You know what that name is?
He's still in the wind, huh?
He doesn't remain so for long. The next night, Sean calls his mom and sister to tell them that he's extremely sorry for all the things he's done.
He sees ghosts. And they lived in Franklinville. And he said there was a little girl ghost there. Then there was another ghost, and that was the ghost of her grandmother. Mm-hmm. And then the night before he left my house, it was me and Sean and Tina. And he said, you know, there's a third ghost, and it's in here. And I said, Sean, there's only the Holy Ghost in here. No ghosts in here. And he said the first one's the little girl. The second one's Jen's grandmother. He said, but I'm not going to tell you who the third one is. There's something wrong with him.
law enforcement tracks Sean's phone to Missouri, and in the early morning hours of March 10th, 2 days after the murder of Michael Debkowski, U.S. Marshals find Sean in Debkowski's car in St. Louis. They take him into custody without incident. In the SUV, they find a hammer and bloody clothing. What investigators don't know is that these 5 brutal murders may be only a small glimpse of the full horrifying story. Not only is Sean finally in custody, he's ready to talk. He says that after becoming sick with endocarditis, he fell behind on rent and was facing eviction. It was while he was strategizing a move back to New Jersey with the kids in January that he was faced with one of the darkest days of his life.
One day I took a walk to Walmart, pushed a double stroller empty to go get groceries. Pretty good walk from where I lived on Kingman Avenue to Walmart. A half hour into the walk, I realized I didn't have my food cart. So I turned around, came back, went in the front door, went down the hallway to get my food cart on my dresser. I noticed it was quiet. And the kids opened the door, Jem and Chester in there.
The detectives may anticipate Sean telling them that he killed Jennifer and Justin for the affair, but his actual story takes a far more bizarre turn.
I was like, idiots. The kids grabbed my card. Justin said that they were with his girlfriend. I'm like, you idiot. Your girlfriend, your wife's got my kids, so you got your girlfriend. So call the kids, nothing. Open the door, cross your mind. It's a pile of blankets. Behind the blankets are the kids.
Sean says that he could tell immediately that something was terribly wrong with his children, ages 4, 6, and 7.
Pick up bags. Very much like bags. Right on top of them. No response. Pick up bags. Not breathing. Doesn't seem like she's breathing, so flipping out. I put her against her. I could feel like she got shallow breaths. Just tall ones. So I'm screaming at the two of them, like, what the f*** you do to the kids? I'm flipping out, like, what the f*** you do? Justin's putting on his clothes, comes in like, done this 100 times, man, like, they're fine. I'm like, they're not fine, they're not breathing. What you do? Because when they drugged them something in their medicine, they said they also blew heroin smoke in their faces.
Sean says he grabbed a can of Narcan from the garage and tried to use it to revive the children, but the effort failed, leaving him with very few options.
Jen didn't think I was being serious. She comes in, looks at Savvy. She grabs Shawn Michael. She got on pulse. She's not breathing on pulse. I'm like, I know. I check Shawn. There's no pulse. She starts saying that she killed the Garrison baby. That's it. We conceived Shawn and Garrison. Like, Justin ran out the room, out the house immediately. At this point, we're just crying and holding the kids. Jen's adamant she's gonna overdose on the heroin. She kisses the kids on the forehead, all 3 of them. This is I'll see in a minute. She goes to do all of it. I took her back and I put her on the couch in the living room.
Sean then walks detectives through the very moment he took Jennifer's life.
Jen was already out with the heroin. It wasn't enough to take her life. So she wanted to make sure she went too, for sure. Once I realized she was breathing, she wasn't going to OD. I went in the other room, psyched myself up, repeating that kind of emotionally charged statement of, you killed the Garrison baby. So I had enough whatever to do it. Alright. Put the pistol behind her head, and I pulled the trigger. Level.
But Sean says he had no intention of going on either. Before he could bring this day to its ultimate end, however, something unexpected happened.
My son cried out. I was like, what the f*** do I do now? Pull the trigger, kid's gonna see both of our heads blown off. I thought they were dead.
Sean says that he put the gun away. Instead of calling 911, he says he somehow revived the children, though he never explains how. And with his wife now dead, Sean was forced to pretend to friends and family that she was still alive.
A couple weeks afterwards, I got a text from Jennifer, but I know it wasn't from her. And
it was
she
early
said,
within
and
that
she says,
second or third week.
She says, I can't, it wasn't that, it was just, I can't afford my drugs anymore. Which, first of all, she would never say that to me.
Right, she'd never be that direct with you.
No.
Oh, no.
No, she never would. And so I texted back, what have you been doing? You know?
Right.
And somebody texted back using his phone, Jennifer's phone that she was using at the time, the number that I had on my phone. I've been sleeping with people. I've been sleeping with this guy. We started formulating an idea that, something was wrong.
Things were only getting more wrong by the day. Sean tells the investigators that he also impersonated Jennifer in text messages to lure Justin back to the house the following week.
It took like a week. I came to the house. So, alright. In the laundry room, connected to the garage. That's where I killed him. Just before I killed him, he offered up a trade. His phone had pictures of Shawn Michael sitting there naked in my living room with, I don't know what his name was, William or Matthew Miller, whatever that his name is, with his, on my son's shoulders. So, I was tempted to let him go. I was like, who sent you this picture? He's like, I don't know it's real. He's like, I took the picture. I was like, well, you took that picture, and you just got in the picture. So, I said, there is, he was right over the vent where Jen would hide her heroin. And he wanted to know if he could do a shot of heroin before it took his life. So I said, well, if you find any in the vent. So he literally was looking down the vent. He didn't see it coming. And I shot him in the back of the head.
This at least partially matches a story Sean told a woman named Joanne, with whom he stayed for a couple of days before moving to Albuquerque to live with Diana. She told police that he'd gone back to the Grants' house to feverishly clean the place, scrubbing so hard he got blisters on his hands. Sean told her that there was a, quote, blood mess in one of the vents from someone who died. But even with Jennifer and Justin dead, Sean wasn't done.
Finally, that kid comes over, William or Matthew, or his name is, comes over with Felicity, his girlfriend. She looked like she was like 12 years old. And they shouldn't hurt anyone, they don't have to. So he's like, they're looking for money for anything. And I'm like, I'll give you a food card. I was like, just take like $40. And I was like, all I need is later in the week, give me a ride to get some water. I'm having electric or no water. So one of those times he came back, he didn't have Felicity. And that's when I shot him in the back of the head. So I asked him about the thing with my son. He said that it wasn't his idea, and I was like, what do you mean it wasn't his? You have an erection in the picture, like, you can't force someone to have an erection in your child, no. I shot him in the garage.
Sean says even that wasn't supposed to be the end of his vengeance. Before he was killed, Justin gave him one more name, a name that was on the police radar as a person of interest in the early stages of the investigation.
He also had pictures of Daniel Lemos and my son. Same name. I never got my hands on Daniel Lemos. I fully intended. That's where I was heading back to New Mexico for yesterday. I was going to finish that. So,
You know where Danny is?
if I did, it'd be in the box.
After tossing Danny's name at police as an alternative suspect, Sean finally admits that he had nothing to do with the murders. When investigators catch up to Danny, they learn two things. One, he did indeed take the gun out of Sean's bag only to turn around and quickly sell it for cash. And two, he has no idea what Sean is talking about in regards to inappropriate pictures.
He says you were doing something with Matthew and Justin and one of their kids.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. I don't know what he said, but if it's got anything to do with kids, Shadley, no, never that. And I'll put that on my last name, I'll put that on my dad, I'll put that on everything I know.
He lying.
I would never do that with no kids.
I believe you.
In the immediate aftermath of the murders, Sean says his primary concern was hiding the bodies. This involved work he says he took no pleasure in, starting with Jennifer.
So I pretty much slid her into a storage bin, a long one. The sheets that were around here, the bedding was in the bag, in the box too. A day later, I had to try to dismember her to put her in containers. It worked. It's awful and traumatic. Just thinking about it still haunts me.
It wasn't long before he was back at it again, this time with Justin.
I had to dismember him at some point a day or two later. It disgusted me. And that's gross. I let him. I had to work up the nerve just to move his body. So there's so much blood. That's why I had to pull the floor up in that room.
Sean says he did the same to Matthew after killing him.
It was awful. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life. The only thing I remember thinking is that one dude was so fat was, I gotta get up. He's so fat. I knew I had to get, to displace the socket on his hip, you know? It's awful.
While you're in grants and all this stuff is happening in your house, the kids are in the house?
The kids, I would do it at night when the kids were asleep. Or I'd have an activity set up, you'd be in their room and set up a whole freaking activity, and, it takes that long to do it, but, yeah.
Did they hear or see anything?
No.
Sean says he stored the totes containing the bodies in a friend's SUV, which he kept parked at the Pearl Apartments in Albuquerque where he and the kids were staying with Diana. But when his friend demanded the vehicle back, he knew he had to find a new storage solution before heading home to New Jersey.
How'd you get in touch with Randy? How did Randy get into this?
I would go over to the Family Dollar just to get stuff for the kids to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Some guy was like, "Oh, you have any food? You have any money? Anything?" I gave him a couple bucks, and then when I needed storage, I said, "You know anyone that needs storage? I need to use a storage area, I need a truck to move stuff."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, my buddy will," so he put me in contact with Randy.
Sean tells the detectives that Randall Apostolon arrived at the Family Dollar only a few minutes later.
He's like, "It's only $150 because we need gas and all this other." And I was like, "Okay." And we get there. The storage area was full.
His or?
Yeah.
Where were you going to pick up the totes from now? Where are they at?
They were in the back of the truck at the Pearl.
Still in the Pearl, okay.
Yeah. So I loaded them up. And we actually go there to where he used to be living. There's a storage thing and it's full. And he doesn't have the key. So I'm like, this is a game or something? So at some point driving around, he's like, "I'm going to take you back." And I was like, "Okay."
Sean says Randall took him to the Pearl Apartments and told him to get the totes out of his truck.
And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're lucky I don't say nothing about what's in the boxes." He says something. No. I don't know why he said something stupid. And punched him a couple times in my hand. He just, I don't know, I thought he was out. And he started that, it's called the death gurgle or whatever. So then
You was able to punch him to death, is what you're saying?
And proceeded to, I think I threw something over his face at that point. I might have. Maybe not right off the rip. I think a couple more times I hit him with the hammer and then put something over his face because there was blood on the window.
Mm-hmm.
It was disgusting. It's horrible.
Sean then reveals something even more shocking than the fact that he killed Randall in broad daylight in the parking lot of the apartment complex.
I backed into position, cleaned up, covered everything, and cleaned up my hands best I could. I walked in the door of Diana's apartment, and in 5 minutes, knocked on the door was the police.
In an unreal coincidence, Sean was arrested on a battery warrant that very day, making Randall one of the only victims they can tie to an exact date, February 24th, 15 days earlier. That he was able to calmly deny any role in the disappearances of the Grants 3 with fresh blood on his hands makes his monotone confession today all the more chilling.
This may sound kind of self-explanatory, but why kill Randall? Like, what was the thought process?
He was gonna make me take the stuff out of the vehicle. Trying to get me, but he could keep it for another $300. Like, fleecing me for the money. Came down to a decision. So yeah, I killed him to use the truck. Sorry.
It was that truck that he later parked at the Sunport Airport in Albuquerque, where it was quickly discovered by security, propelling this gruesome story into the spotlight and giving the detectives upsetting details to share with family members.
So, the way it was the totes that contained Jennifer's body was in one tote in the bed of the truck. And then there was a few other totes arranged also in the bed of the truck that contained the dismembered parts of both Justin and Matthew.
They each had their own container.
Several containers for that.
Oh, that's right.
And there were a few that were in the cab of the truck, along with Rondo Apostolone's body, which was
Damn, this
stuffed down
dude was
under the passenger and the passenger seat and wrapped in a tarp.
The sheer horror of what their son-in-law did is almost too much to bear.
I can't believe he did that and all the lies. But I'm glad he brought the babies home sick. You know, I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. I want to know why. What gave him the right? Who said that he could do that to his children's mother, to Aubrey Andrews' mother, to our daughter? What gave him the right?
But Sean Lannon wasn't done yet, even after flying to New Jersey with his children.
Last thing on my list was the man that me as a child, my big brother. Big brothers, big sisters, whatever. Yeah, they got too.
Sean says he went to the house of Michael Debkowski, the man who had mentored him in the Big Brother program. He alleges that Michael had taken explicit photos of him as a kid, and he wanted them back.
He didn't want to give me the pictures, so I started beating him. He didn't give me the pictures. It took his life. So, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of any of it. He expired the moment that I realized I had time to finish it. He could have just given me the pictures and argue and fight about it. It become a problem. And it's horrible too. No one gave above me when I was, for 2.5 years. It doesn't justify it. I feel bad.
In the course of their investigation, the police speak to Gabby, Diana's daughter, and a longtime nanny to Sean's children.
Sean's able to get the pictures back.
That's what he told me.
Right, Tay, you hear
So
him?
what you did with him after that?
He told me he burned
You're talking
them
about yourself, dude.
or got rid of them somehow, and I was like, I don't know why you do that. That would be like your only defense. Be like, this actually happened. I was like, it was kind of stupid to do that, but.
Indeed, Sean's allegations about Mike Debkowski are unverifiable, even by those who know him best.
I didn't know that he had potential from his big brother. I didn't know that. I was like, maybe I'm a little bit too naive at times. I didn't pick up on anything like that. We knew Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike was at plenty of birthday parties and dinners at the house, and
He was a big brother that stayed in his life. He was his father figure. He was. And for him to do that to him is just and the reason why he said he did it.
well, I knew Jen had said that he was when he was a kid. They never said Uncle Mike.
According to an internal newsletter from the company Mike Debkowski worked for, Mike was named Big Brother of the Year in 1985
Mandy,
for
thank you for
Gloucester
the
and
hard me
Camden
in the
County.
popular vote.
The newsletter actually quotes a then 11-year-old Sean Lannon as saying, "I'm happy to have Mike as my big brother. He acts very nice and we do lots of things with him. I hope he's elected as Big Brother of the Year."
And then at the time when I was around maybe 13 or something, the nature of it changed, so it started being inappropriate.
Okay.
several times over 2.5, 3 years.
The truth of what Mike Dubkowski did or didn't do may forever remain a mystery, just as there is no evidence proving that the other victims had preyed upon Sean's son. However, there is evidence that at least some of these murders were carefully premeditated, and it comes straight from Sean's mouth.
So we have the bodies in the bins and the tools. But like, what did you use to clean up the blood in the garage and all that?
There wasn't a whole lot of blood in the garage. I was prepared. I literally had on the ground. It was like I was like a pup. Like I already had cleaned that tarp and plastic down. Like I'm not the dumbest guy. Like, and I had to take justice, so I was prepared. There was stuff down most times, but if I didn't, I remember, the fat kid felt kind of weird. It's like my hand was, I guess, in part of his brain and picked up by his head, his hair, and kind of wiggled the back onto it when I had to contain it. You know, it's disgusting.
So you got like you had stuff laid out as what you're
Some of it, not very well, what I had available.
And where did that stuff go?
Some of it I washed off and slowly trickled into the trash.
Regardless of motives proven or otherwise, the detectives seem to have everything they need to prosecute Sean Lannon for the 5 murders he's committed since the first of the year. But nothing could have prepared them for the next revelation.
What about the other people he said he killed?
The other 11, that's still under investigation.
And we heard you mention 11 other people in New Mexico, is that right? What part?
And their bodies are in the, you know where the Malpai builds up? Around grades. Between the, east and west bound. Some of them are dropped in there. Some I went into, I took the exit to view the Malpai, dropped some in there.
Malpai?
Malpai.
Malpai? Oh, Malpai.
The lava tubes,
The lava tube caves at El Malpais National Monument actually require a caving permit, and solo cavers are not allowed. The terrain is harsh, and even the official website warns visitors that the caves are strenuous to investigate.
How long, like, what was the time frame of these?
Two and a half, 3 years ago, started. People come to the house. Yeah. Reference Jen. And arm wanting something. Like,
and how did you, just straight up, how did you kill those people?
in the end, I mean, I didn't have a pistol and a rifle or anything to help. So the first 2 or 3, a fight ensued. Friggin' one of them got shot with their own gun. I remember 2 with a knife from my kitchen. And then, in the end, a pistol.
Sean says he killed these people to protect Jen.
I came in the house. And the one time I stayed in the back with the kids. And the one came in, started beating the f*** out of Jen. He had his girlfriend with him. I don't think he realized I was there. So at that point, you know, yeah, it was always something relative to Jen.
The idea that Sean had already killed 11 people before going on this current murder spree is horrific, but investigators are skeptical.
The thing is, I mean, if you have 11 people that go missing, I don't think they have 11 people missing.
That's good.
I mean, I know, but I mean, you're saying that you killed them and put them in there.
Yeah.
I mean, are they because they're illegals or?
Disgusting.
I don't know what they were.
Anybody ever ask questions where these people were?
This is what we're dealing with here.
In addition to the odd fact that 11 people had apparently gone missing without leaving the slightest trace, the police also hear several different versions of how Sean came to use the Malpais lava tubes for their final resting place.
Sorry.
How do you find the Malpais?
And took the tour with the kids once. Like, every time there's someone missing, they're like, I'm sure they're in the Malpai. That's where I got the idea to do it. What's the Malpai? Lava tubes. I didn't know what to do with them. She's like, take it to the Malpai. I was like, okay.
Jen told you that?
And indeed, he apparently told Gabby something completely different about where the bodies went.
From what he told me, there's other 11 people when he was working for the refinery, he put in the caustic tank, and that acid will eat through anything.
To this day, police in New Mexico haven't found any of the victims Sean claims to have killed prior to 2021 and have not charged him with anything in relation to those crimes. The possibility that he invented the story raises serious questions about his psychological state, which his mom says may be linked to his time in the military.
When he graduated high school, he went into the
I'm
Army.
making excuses for this weirdo.
And he went to Kosovo.
I know you,
Which,
his
if
mama.
you know the history of Kosovo. It was a violent mass grave, Milosevic, ethnic cleansing. I mean, it was just like a nightmare. But he saw atrocities there. Again, I'm not justifying anything he's done. I'm not making excuses. I'm just
Sounds
telling
like
you what I see. But he didn't come back the same young man he went over with. He told me there could be no God because of what he saw.
In the end, Sean concludes with a statement of remorse about what he's done.
Sorry for the destroying their lives.
Sorry?
Kids especially. Glad they made it back home. Doesn't justify.
His casual apology may lead investigators to wonder whether he is truly sorry, but he won't have to convince a jury of his sincerity. Though he initially pled not guilty to the 4 murders in New Mexico, he made a plea agreement with prosecutors that saw his murder charges reduced from first to second degree. This agreement also saw his tampering with evidence charges dismissed. The judge sentenced him to 15 years each for the murders of 39-year-old Jennifer Lannon, 21-year-old Matthew Miller, 40-year-old Justin Mata, and 60-year-old Randall Apostolon, giving Sean Lannon a total of 60 years in prison.
He got
However,
60 years
it will
for
be a
all them
while
murders?
before he serves those sentences.
Now, will he be tried
This 60
in
years?
New Jersey first?
My understanding right
Like putting
now,
people
that's
in
kind of what's going to happen.
totes,
So
trying to take
Sean
them away in
Lannon
the truck.
pled guilty to the first-degree murder of 66-year-old Michael Debkowski, for which he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. He'll serve out his New Mexico sentences upon release, which means a total of 95 years in prison for the 5 murders. He's currently incarcerated at New Jersey State Prison in Trenton.
Only 95
He and
years
Jennifer's
for
3
5
children
murders.
have been
I mean, I guess
adopted
it's a
by
life
Jennifer's
sentence, but
brother,
still.
Christopher. If you'd like to see select
They
new
didn't say
videos
without
early and
eligibility
help
of
us keep
parole. I don't know
uncovering
if y'all
case
noticed
files
that.
that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen detail.
All right, y'all. I'm going to go move around for a little bit. I'm getting a little bit stiff in here. Going on with my shoulder. So I'll be back on in a couple of hours. Hopefully I'll see y'all again soon. Thank you for all the continued support, love, and yeah, let's do this again. We might do one of these days we might do, like, I don't want to say like a comedy style live stream, but where we're watching different styles of videos other than just the true crime. We'll see. But thank you, y'all. I'll see you soon.